The human body is the most studied machine on Earth, and it still keeps secrets. Tonight, 5 true medical mysteries, documented by doctors, witnessed by science. A disease that turned 1 million people into living statues, then vanished. A man who taught us what memory is by losing his. Laughter that spread like a virus and closed schools for months. People who wake from surgery speaking with a stranger's accent. And a woman whose nose can do something no machine on Earth can do. Every one of these is real, and most of them are still unsolved. Mystery 1. The sleeping sickness that conquered the world and disappeared. 1916. Vienna. Doctors begin seeing patients who cannot stay awake. Some sleep for weeks. Others freeze mid-motion, like paused film. It spreads across the planet alongside the First World War. Encephalitis lethargica. Over the next decade, it strikes 1 million people. A third of them die, a third recover, and a third get trapped. Trapped inside bodies that simply stopped, awake, aware, and motionless. For decades, hospitals filled with living statues, conscious minds behind frozen faces. These, in 1969, a doctor named Oliver Sacks tried something desperate. He gave them L-Dopa, a brand new Parkinson's drug, and the statues woke up. People frozen since the 1920s began to talk, dance, sing. Patients asked about a world that had moved on 40 years without them. But the awakening didn't last. Tolerance built. One by one, they froze again. The film Awakenings with Robin Williams tells their story. Here's the terrifying part. We still don't know what caused it. The epidemic ended by 1930 and has never returned. No confirmed pathogen, no cure, no warning if it comes back. A disease that imprisoned 1 million minds is still officially unexplained. Mystery 2. The man who lived in 30-second loops. 1953. A young American named Henry Molaison has severe epilepsy. A surgeon removes a small piece from each side of his brain, including most of his hippocampus. The seizures improve, but something is catastrophically wrong. Henry can no longer form a single new memory. He meets his doctors hundreds of times. Every time is the first time. He reads the same magazine forever. Every article is brand new. He mourns his mother's death fresh each time he's told. But here's what stunned scientists. Henry could still learn. Asked to trace a star while watching his hand in a mirror, he got better every day. He had no memory of ever trying. His hands remembered what his mind could not. That experiment split human memory in two, knowing facts and knowing how. Different systems, different places in the brain. Nobody knew until Henry. He spent 55 years in his loop, always polite, always lost, always helping science. Almost everything we know about memory traces back to one man who couldn't remember. He knew his life helped others. He just couldn't remember why. And he was fine with that. Every 30 seconds, forever. Mystery 3. The laughter that would not stop. January 30th, 1962. A girls' boarding school in Tanganyika, modern Tanzania. 3 students start laughing. Nothing unusual. Girls laugh. Except they can't stop. The laughter spreads desk by desk, like something contagious. Within weeks, 95 of 159 students are affected. Fits last hours, some last day. The school shuts down. The girls go home. And the laughter goes with them. It ignites their villages, then neighboring schools. 14 schools close. 1,000 people laughing, crying, collapsing. The epidemic lasts 1.5 years. Doctors test for everything. Viruses, toxins, contaminated food, nothing. The victims weren't happy. Many were in distress, laughing through tears they couldn't control. The diagnosis eventually: mass psychogenic illness, anxiety with nowhere to go. The region was newly independent. Students were under crushing new pressures. The mind found a pressure valve, and it was contagious. Your brain can catch emotions from other brains, no germ required. It remains one of the strangest documented outbreaks in medical history. An epidemic with no pathogen, just human minds, resonating. Mystery 4. Waking up with a stranger's voice. 2018. An American woman goes to sleep with a headache. She wakes up sounding like she's from Dublin. She has never been to Ireland. It's called foreign accent syndrome. About 150 confirmed cases exist. A Norwegian woman was hit by shrapnel in 1941 and woke up sounding German. Her neighbors shunned her. A British woman had a migraine and woke up Chinese sounding. Her own children didn't recognize her voice on the phone. Here's what's actually happening. It isn't a real accent. Tiny brain injuries change the muscle control of speech. Timing, melody, stress. The rhythm shifts and our ears do the rest, matching it to an accent we know. The cruelest part? The person inside hasn't changed, but everyone treats them differently. Patients describe grieving their own voice, while strangers assume they're faking. Some recover in weeks, some never do. So, imagine calling your mother and having to convince her it's really you. Your voice is your identity's fingerprint, and a headache can steal it overnight. Mystery 5. The woman who smells disease. Joy Milne is a retired nurse from Scotland. Her husband Les was her childhood sweetheart. One day in his early 30s, Les started to smell different. A heavy, musky odor. Joy nagged him to shower more. The smell stayed. 12 years later, Les was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. At a support group, Joy walked into a room of Parkinson's patients and froze. The entire room smelled like her husband. Scientists were skeptical, so they tested her. 12 t-shirts, 6 worn by patients, 6 by healthy people. She scored 11 out of 12, and she insisted one healthy man smelled like Parkinson's. 8 months later, that man was diagnosed. She had smelled a disease before medicine could see it. Joy has hereditary hyperosmia, a sense of smell beyond human norms. She can detect Parkinson's years before symptoms, sometimes more than a decade. She has since helped identify the exact molecules on the skin that carry the scent. Because of her nose, researchers are building the first Parkinson's skin swab tests, a test that may one day catch the disease early enough to change millions of lives. Les asked her, before he died, to make sure her gift wasn't wasted. She kept the promise. One woman's nose is outperforming machines worth millions. Medicine still can't fully explain her. So what do these 5 mysteries tell us? The body is not a solved problem. 1 million people froze, and we don't know why. Laughter crossed villages like weather. A voice can change overnight. A nose can see the future. A man without memory taught us what memory is. Medicine likes to sound certain. History says it shouldn't. A century ago, doctors were sure of things we now find absurd. A century from now, they'll say the same about us. Somewhere in these unsolved cases hides the next breakthrough. Maybe the cure for memory loss, or a disease test as simple as a smell. So here's my question for you. Which of these 5 would you want science to solve first? Tell me in the comments. And if someone you love suddenly smells different, maybe don't ignore it. The body keeps secrets, but it always leaves clues.